So in this series of videos, I'm going to show you how to work out the correlation coefficient from your spreadsheet. So here I've got my data, I've got age and score, and now to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to give these variables letters. So I'm going to call this X, and I'm going to call score Y. Okay, so just change my titles. So I'm going to work out the mean and standard deviation in this video. So to work out, these are going to need two more columns. I'm going to need x squared and I'm going to need y squared, so put in my titles. Now, to work out x squared, I press equals and I select, because we're doing age squared, so let's select B2 first, and then if we press shift 6 will bring us the power button, and then press 2, so that means B2 squared, press enter. There we go, we've got 7 squared is 49 as we would expect. Now to copy this down for the whole of the column, I move my cursor so that it goes over the bottom right hand corner and I get a black cross. Once I've got that, double click and it will move it down. Now I'll do exactly the same for y squared, so select y, shift 6 to bring up the power sign, and then 2, enter, then again cursor over until you get a black cross, double click. So I've got x squared and y squared. Now, in column G, I'm going to start putting the titles of all the bits of data and statistics I'm going to get. So the first thing I need is n, that's the number of data points. And of course it's easy in this one, we can see it's 6, but in case we've got lots of numbers, I'll show you the formula we need to use. So in H, I'm now going to put in equals count, and this just counts how many values there are. Move my cursor over the top of B2, the first age one, hold down my left mouse button and drag down until I get to the end, and then close my bracket and press enter. And there you go, I've got 6 values. Okay, next thing I need is the sum of x. Okay, so in H, I'm going to press equals sum, open brackets, and again, highlight over the top of B2, hold down my left mouse button and move my mouse down, let go, and then close your brackets. So get sum of x is 62. So that must mean the mean of x, which is you sum all the x's and divide by how many there are. So in this case it will be equals that figure, the sum of x, divided by how many there are. So there we go. The mean is 11.17. Now, to help us work out the standard deviation, we need the sum of the x squared column. So equals sum, do the same but this time with the x squared column, at 819. I then divide the number of terms there are, so equals, select H5, and then move my cursor and select H2, 136.5. I also need the mean squared. Now the mean squared, so that will be select the mean, so select H4, then shift 6 to get up the power button and press 2. And if it works, oh, it's just working for us. There we go, 124.69. Now lastly, from that we can now work out the standard deviation. Now, standard deviation will be equal to square root. Now, to get the square root function up, you need SQRT, open brackets. And what we need is the sum of the x squared over n, select H6, minus the mean squared, close my bracket, press enter. So the standard deviation is 3.44. Now, we can check that we've got the right answer for the standard deviation by using their standard deviation formula. So we press equals, and we start typing in standard deviation. Oh, gone a bit too far. So we've got some options here. Here you've got stdev.p, stdev.s. Now we want the one with .p for the population, and then again we select the numbers we want to say the standard deviation from, which is those, and we get 3.44 to 3 significant figures. So as these two numbers are the same, we have calculated the correct standard deviation.